From the WCVE Newsroom, I'm Charles Fishburne. Doctors say about 54 million of us are at risk of osteoporosis, and most of us don't have a clue.
Because osteoporosis is a silent disease until one fractures. We're going to get 3 different images today.
Dr. Alan Stern, director of Bon Secours Arthritis and Osteoporosis Center, says about half of women over 50 and 1 in 5 men will break a bone due to osteoporosis.
The reason we care about osteoporosis is its impact for fracture, for broken bone. So somebody who has osteoporosis could potentially suffer down the road with a vertebral fracture, a back fracture, or a hip fracture. And hip fractures have a significant amount of morbidity, of problems that happen afterwards, including an increased risk for death, particularly in men after hip fracture.
Osteoporosis literally means porous bones. Here's a section of a normal bone. Here is one with osteoporosis, almost undetectable on the outside until it breaks.
So what we're trying to do is find people at highest risk for fracture, to find those folks with osteoporosis and try to offer them appropriate treatments to lower their fracture risk.
Who exactly is at risk?
The risk tends to increase with age. One of the most potent risk factors for osteoporosis is going to be each decade of life. Women tend to have an overall higher risk than men, but men are also at risk for fracture and tend to have a worse outcome for fractures, particularly fractures like hip fractures, as we had mentioned.
Osteoporosis is serious enough to have a day, October 20th, to make us all aware that a simple bone fracture could be a wake-up call, that a bone density scan might be in order, and that prevention and treatment is available.
A very small percentage of people, even after suffering a hip fracture, are likely to have either a bone density scan or be treated for osteoporosis, or even be told they have osteoporosis after a hip fracture. So it's equivalent to somebody having a heart attack and not being assessed for high blood pressure or high cholesterol. People end up having to go to nursing facilities or lowering their level of independence after a fracture. Our goal for our population as the population ages should be to be home or in a place that keeps them gainful and happy and functional. And identifying those folks at fracture risk, treating them when necessary, making sure they know how to best care for themselves, that's what we need to be doing.
For more information, visit worldosteoporosisday.org or go to nof.org. For Science Matters, I'm Charles Fishburne, WCVE News.